How far will you go to get out of debt and not only conquer your debt, be incredibly rich? Well, the answer is pretty far. What's up, everybody? Welcome back for episode 2 of Should You Watch This, the YouTube channel where I watch as much as I can so maybe you don't have to. I'm your boy, Scooby Baby, back again, the most normal dude on movie YouTube, here to talk a couple movies and a couple TV shows that I've watched recently. At the end of each explanation, I'm going to give you an out of 5 Should You Watch This rating, telling you how badly you need to watch or avoid said movie. Listen, my real goal here is just as my hair gets more and more voluminous and large, I want the same thing to happen to my YouTube fan base. So let's get up to 20 subscribers by the end of the month, okay? I'll be thrilled with 20. So either way, got a whole doozy of a start to this with the first TV show that I'm sure most of you have heard of, but maybe you haven't all watched it yet. Now, the question is, not the answer. The question is, should you? All right, let's get into it. Squid Game. Should you watch Squid Game? Yes. Nah, I'm playing, but yes, you should watch Squid Game. It's #1 on Netflix, all right? Everybody's talking about it. You see the memes, but is it good? Yes, this show is really good. It's incredibly clever. It's a story. Maybe you don't know what the story's about, and that's what's got you, on the outs on this one. So it's a Korean show where it is about a bunch of very desperate, very broke, in-debt people put into a very, very high stakes game to win a ton of money. How far will you go to get out of debt and not only conquer your debt, be incredibly rich? Well, the answer is pretty far. And that's what makes this show so interesting. It feels like Lord of the Flies meets a very gruesome anime. And yes, there is a good amount of gore in this show. It's worth checking out, man. It's on Netflix. It is offered as subbed and dubbed. I've watched a bit of both just so I could kind of give you the lowdown on this. Listen, subtitles with the original language, much, much better. You do lose a bit of the acting and the emotions and kind of just the beauty of the language when you switch to the dubbed version. But I think the dubbed version is okay, at least for the main character. There's definitely a few choices that are odd in who they put for voice actors for some of these people, but overall, I think it's okay. But listen, Squid Game is so fire, bro. It really feels like you're watching like a live, real person anime at times. Just the level of action, the choices they made is really just not like anything coming out of Hollywood right now. And it's refreshing for that reason. It's dark, it's gruesome, it is intense and heartbreaking. I love Squid Game, man. It's probably the best TV show I've seen in over a year. I really, really, really loved it. Should you watch this rating? 4.5 out of 5 stars. Check it out. Oh yeah, and Sang-woo, man. That guy. That guy stinks, man. You suck. You suck. Sheesh. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. All right, so this one's weird, right? Because this is Tom Hardy's passion project. Tom Hardy had a piece in every part of the making of this film. The first one too. Like, he loves Venom and he loves this movie. And yet, the final result comes off as someone who threw this together 5 minutes before filming. Like, bro, this is a sloppy mess. Similar to how Tom Hardy looks in this movie. Like, why does he look so bad? He looks like a slob. It is hard spending time with him in this movie because of how horrible he looks and his absurd accent. It's just all over the place. This really just feels like when you had a group project back in high school or college or something like that, and you all did your part and you're counting on that one guy who you could just tell isn't trustworthy, and he shows up for the presentation. You're just like, hey Tom, did you do your part? And he's just like, yeah, bro, I did my part, bro. I'm totally ready. It's just all done. And you're just like, okay, so what do you have? Well, bro, I was just thinking, I was thinking we could do what we did the last time, but worse. It's just like, I'm gonna have to tell the teacher, Tom, like, you're really screwing us here. You're really screwing us. And he's just like, what are you now? Are you a blackmailer? And that's what this movie felt like, a sloppy mess. The accents are all over the place. The motives of all of the characters is bizarre. I mean, just tell me this. Why is Woody Harrelson's character so obsessed with Eddie Brock? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And the movie's just not any fun. The CGI is horrible. It looks so bad. The fight scenes are just a sloppy mess. That's all that keeps popping in my head. Sloppy mess. Shriek's character, the detective's character, not only is that some of the most wild overacting I've ever seen, his bizarre New York-ish accent doesn't make any sense, but man, this movie stunk. This movie stunk. It made no sense. It wasn't fun. And the jokes were bad. They weren't funny. And if you're going to make a movie like this that relies a lot on comedy, do better. Make the jokes funny. Everyone felt like a tough hang in this. It was sloppy, horrible, and I could not keep up. That being said, you should probably go just to see the post-credit scene and what it means for Venom and if it's becoming a part of something else. No spoilers here, but maybe worth it for that. You had Woody Harrelson, man. You had Woody Harrelson in a cool role, and he was horrible. You ruined him. The dialogue in this movie was so bad. Should you watch this rating? 1.5 out of 5 stars. Trash. Truly trash. It was an hour and a half, man, and I was still bored. Come on.
Dear Evan Hansen.
Okay, Dear Evan Hansen, this is a tough one. This was the Broadway musical starring Ben Platt called the same name that is now on the big screen as a movie. And the first thing we got to talk about is the plot, because that will be a large part of determining whether this is your type of movie or not. Basically, Ben Platt is a high schooler. Hard to believe because the man looks like me at best. Here's a hint. Doing this does not make you look like a high schooler. It makes you look like an old man who's kind of doing a weird thing with his back, surrounded by a bunch of children. So Evan Hansen, played by Ben Platt, the grown man, is a social outcast who has a classmate who kills himself. And their parents think that they were close friends, and they weren't. They barely knew each other. But he gets caught into this lie that they were best friends, trying to give them some closure and say, hey, this is the good things about him, the parts that you never knew. And basically, he gets very caught up in this lie and it spirals out of control. So, yeah, trigger warning for anyone who's, you know, sensitive to things like suicide and mental illness and other really horrible things. I'm going to be honest, this movie was a bummer. It was really, really sad. And it didn't really, it felt really one note. It felt like it was all sad. It was all these slow, depressing ballads. And in the end, it kind of just felt like emotional manipulation at its finest. It never really felt like they were examining the issues or looking how they could fix issues. It was just like, oh yeah, let's make them really sad. If we make the audience super sad and super stressed out, then they'll think this is an awesome movie. And I think it missed the mark. And it's really hard to get over the fact that Ben Platt just looks like a grown man. He was 3 or 4 years younger when he was performing this on Broadway, which is also on stage. And I think things happen differently on stage and they're interpreted differently. On the movie, it comes off much more literal and in your face. And it looks like a grown man manipulating a bunch of high schoolers. And he does this a lot. Does this look like a high schooler to you? No, of course not. It looks like a grown man. So it's creepy, it's weird, and it's a bummer. It's a really sad, anxiety-inducing, emotionally manipulative film. My girlfriend and I ran through the large popcorn because you don't know what else to do. You're just stressed out. You're just like, damn, it's hard to watch. Literally, you just feel tense the entire time. Positives. Ben Platt has an awesome voice, even if he plays it a little hammy and a lot of like singing and stuff like that. That probably works better on stage than it does in a movie. Should you watch this rating? 2.5 out of 5 stars. If you love musicals, if you like feeling sad, go have yourself a good cry. But overall, it's a miss for me.
Love on the Spectrum.
All right, guys. Last one I got for you today is Love on the Spectrum. This is a Netflix reality dating series that explores the dating lives of people living on the autism spectrum. I want to start off by saying that this is Australian reality television, which is a big deal to me because I love Australian reality TV. I think Australian people are hilarious, man. I think it's a dope culture that can be a little rough around the edges, but more importantly, it's just brutally honest. And you mix that with people that are on the autism spectrum, well, you're going to get the most honest dating series that you've ever seen in your entire lives. I think this show is kind of eye-opening, man. I think it's respectful. I think there's just so many misconceptions and misunderstandings about what people living on the autism spectrum are like or go through or what limitations that they have, where, let's be honest, the majority of us that aren't, we have no idea. We have no idea. And this kind of helps us look into that life a little bit. Let's be honest, man. Dating is hard. Dating is brutally hard for anybody, no matter who they are. So why should this be any different? It's not. So I really like season 1, but season 2 that's just come out is even better because I think it explores the ongoing relationships more of like, let's put two people on a date and see how it went. So yeah, season 2 is dope, man. It's a heartwarming, funny, clever show that is just really a good watch, man. Sit down and just bang out a few episodes. Michael, that's my guy. I will ride forever for Michael. That dude is freaking hilarious. That's my superhero. So yeah, man. Should you watch this rating? 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's on Netflix. Go check it out. And that's it for me today, man. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you've listened to my recommendations. Please like, subscribe. I'm trying to get my following up. I'm trying to get it voluminous, just like my hair. So anything you can do to help, I'll appreciate it. But more importantly than anything else, comment below. Comment your opinions. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you guys think? Because that's why I'm doing this. I want to talk movies. I want to talk TV. Blech. Love you guys. Check you out next time. Yo, I was really so close on that last part where I was just like, I was banging it out, bro. I was killing that junk. And then I was just like, yeah, TV. T-boy. Can't get any nice things, man. Can't get any nice things? That's not even the saying, bro. Are you kidding me? I suck. Jeez.